Hey there, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Honestly. Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
If you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, and a YouTube reactor. I'm not going to go through the whole list of things that I've reacted to, but it's been a fun couple of months. Thank you all so much for joining me on this. We are about to start the BTS universe and all the music videos that are incorporated in that. But before that, I have a promise to keep, which is that I was going to react to (G)I-DLE's Oh My God.
Go out and smash it like oh my God. Oh my God. Come on.
I am so sorry for completely mispronouncing their name during the Hua reaction, but I am so impressed by their voices, their artistry, and the way that they approach that song. And of course, everyone was in the comments saying, you need to watch this, you need to watch this. I got a bunch of messages on social media, so here we are. We're going to watch it. It's going to be great. Again, like I mentioned in my last the BTS Fix You reaction, thankfully my work is picking up a little bit more from an acting standpoint and from a filmmaking standpoint, and I've got my screenwriting deadlines that I'm working on, so I might be doing fewer reactions. We might be down to one a week, and I'm thankful that you guys do understand that, and you're so effusive in your support of that, and so that's really appreciated, and it is noticed, and thank you. I also want to say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support, and I also want to say thank you for not laughing at my hair right now. I'm just sort of giving up until I can get a haircut. I don't know if I'm going to need to get a haircut. I have a shoot next week, a thing that I'm filming for several days. And I don't know if they need me to get a haircut for that or if they need me to wait. But until then, like, there's, you know, how much can you do with, it's a mess. It's a mess, but it's like me. It's a reflection of my inner self. So, okay. Hey, let's watch this video. Uh-huh. Cool. Okay, a lot of things right off the bat. This is so artistic. It's so well designed. Starting in that clean, crisp hallway, it feels sort of sanitized. It feels like everything's been stripped of emotion. And that's sort of how it starts. And then, of course, the song, the lyrics that she's saying are "help me," and that I think she said she feels like she's drowning. We've got this whiteness, which is historically often in religion associated with purity and with cleanliness. And of course, it's kind of a stifling color and a dominating color at the same time. And there's a whole lot of academic texts that we could get into about that. But I think that that's the point. And then we see wine spilled, and we know that wine stains, and wine's also the color of blood. And at least for example, in the Bible, you know, there's a lot of comparisons made from wine to blood and water into wine. And so wine's a very evocative thing to choose. Red, we're also talking about lips. So I feel like there's a lot of a sort of temptation factor being drawn into this. So it's interesting. She's clearly not there by her will. And then we go into this golden green place, which feels very warm. But then I think she's crying. The lyrics here are "destroy my reason and let yourself in." We've got this fascinating pattern on the back wall here. So what an engaging visual opening to this. And it's so upbeat, but the lyrics are like "help me," and so there's almost, maybe I'm guessing, a front that she's trying to put up of "I'm okay," but inside she's saying "help me." That's just my guess on where this is going. This is so good so far, and we're 39 seconds in. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about what's going on here. That music was so good during the chorus. I noticed immediately that using the she pronoun regarding she took me, was that the lyric? Something like that, yeah. But that she isn't identified. It doesn't look like any of them are in the same space, so I wonder if it's just sort of a general she, or someone's gonna come in with her and save her and love her or whatever. They're also, each room is very different. So here it almost feels like an 80s music video with this kind of gaudy purple color, and this effect with the lights coming in. You can get that by either sometimes the really like pioneering people will like smear a little bit of Vaseline on a lens, or there's different ways to do it, but it gets this kind of wiped look when lights hit it, which is interesting, and it's very like 90s, 80s music video of a look. I didn't mention earlier that they also used a Dutch angle in the hallway or I'm sorry, not a Dutch angle. I use that phrase so much. They used a Hitchcock zoom, which is like you're dollying forward. So the camera's moving forward and then there's a zoom out. Or you're dollying backwards and the camera zooms in and it creates this really trippy effect. So really stylized so far. Really stylized and so interesting. It's so energetic and upbeat, but also very aggressive. So much color being used. Cool. Barbed wire, nice. If this is sin, then I'll play the piper. Wow, good lyrics. This is so good, I don't want to stop it. Oh, okay, well, I guess we're definitely going to stop there with the nosebleed happening. There's this, I don't want this to happen, but I am starting to wonder if maybe the point of the song is that, like, you're paying lip service to the fact that, oh, this is wrong, or I don't want to do this, but, like, you really do. Which is so interesting. I don't know any of their like religious background, but boy, there's a lot of lines you can draw between that and like the concept of sin, which feels like what they're getting at with the blood imagery and with the wine, with a lot of the symbolism that they're using. That's what I'm pulling out of it. And again, that's coming from my own experience. So that's, you know, I only have like a little sliver of the worldview, so I could be totally missing that. But that's what I'm getting out of this, and it's such a fascinating representation of it, especially, you know, some of this where she's surrounded by bodies and they're reaching up as if they're kind of drowning in this sense, and then alone in a clean white space, but blood's coming out. And then, you know, some of them are up on a pedestal, literally being held above the others. There's a lot of spiritual implication in what I'm seeing here, which is fascinating. And also, I color myself with a strong purple scent is one, a really cool lyric, but two, interesting because this room, which was a little bit more purple, is now taking on a slightly blue tone. I also like the practical lights that they have in here, these just like straight lights. It's just visually interesting. There's a lot of I've said before, in cinematography, you want to have vertical lines in the frame because it helps draw the eye, whether the camera's pushing forward or side to side, or even if it's not moving. It's visually satisfying. We want to split the camera into thirds, both horizontally and vertically. Horizontally and vertically. I'm a professional. So the lines do that for us, and the spot where I pause is an excellent example of that. And there's the purple. I take it back. Yeah, this is very religious. This symbolism there. Okay, yeah. All right. I think I'm getting it now. And then covering yourself in dirt and mud. Or paint, whatever that is. Cool. The black, the idea of this like darkness taking over her. Almost looks like she's been in a war, right? Is that it? Ah, no! That was so cool! So I can't say for certain that I know everything that it was about, but I was really getting this idea of active resistance to sin verbally, but deep down thinking, not only do I want to do this, but I don't think it's wrong to do this. I think it's good. Which is really, really interesting from just a philosophical standpoint. And the music video was dark and kind of, I don't know, like, I don't even know if convulsive is a word, but that's kind of the physicality of it was very like sort of tortured, but also pleasure. It was just such an interesting way to present those themes. I gotta watch like somebody explain it, and you guys let me know like what I missed in the comments, because there was a lot going on and a lot of symbolism. But I really, that idea of like, you know, the use of contrast with white and black, light and dark, the blood colors as well as the golden colors, if you think of those as contrasting, and then you've also got the blue and the purple which kind of meld into each other. We're sort of starting on a spectrum and getting closer and closer and trading as the music video goes on. As well as you get to that chorus with the, oh my God, it really like, boom, right? You hear this heavy bass drop, and that almost sounded like a prayer in a way. But it wasn't a prayer of like, stop me from doing this. It was a prayer of like, let me do this, which is just so fascinating artistically. This was really, really cool. I like that a lot. They're really interesting artists. Like visually, they put a lot into this, and it's very intense stuff. It's very saturated and heavy to look at, which is really cool and satisfying. Thank you for recommending this. I probably missed a lot, so let me know in the comments what I did miss, but I think that was really cool. I'm definitely going to be rewatching it even as I edit, so I probably left a lot of notes in this, and if I didn't, well then, whoops. But let me know what I missed. They're great. They're really, really cool. And they're really talented musicians, obviously. Like the musicality itself and the lyrics, I assume they write the lyrics. The lyrics were brilliant. They were really cool. And their voices are fantastic. All of them together. Like they really know what they're about. This was wonderful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing it with me. I'll see you next time.